body count matter? Do you think sex is important in a relationship? What are some major red flags? Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. So today is Vlogmas Day 22. Today I'm here with my nan.
Hi.
We've actually pranked you a couple of times on the channel, haven't we?
Yeah, you have had some fun.
So you have actually seen it before if you've been around then. So today what I'm going to be doing is asking my nan some relationship questions. Spicy edition. There are some spicy ones in there. Nothing crazy though, because I don't want to know. Right, so should we jump straight into it, yeah?
Yeah.
You ready?
Yeah.
Okay, so the first question is, how do you know that they are the one / your soulmate? How do you know?
It takes time.
Okay.
It's not something that happens overnight. I think the longer you're with someone, and the reason you end up getting engaged or married is because you trust that person, you have fun with that person, you love that person. So it takes a while to find out about them truly.
Because some people say like, oh, I knew from the moment we met.
Yeah.
Is that not true for you?
Not for me, but maybe for some.
Grandma was a bit of an acquired taste.
Yeah. Over time, you get to know their good trusting qualities and everything. I'll be honest with you. I didn't have that kind of relationship where I thought Grandad was my soulmate.
Really?
Yeah. I've not experienced what having a soulmate is like, to be fair.
Right, okay.
I loved him and he was...
But you didn't feel soul bonded?
No.
Right.
I don't know what that would feel like because I've never experienced it. If it's the experience of how you feel about your children and the trust you have with them, then that to me would be soulmates.
Okay, I like that answer. That's fair enough. Each to their own, isn't it?
Yeah.
Every experience is different for each people.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, next question is, what is your thoughts on gender roles? What I mean by what is your thought on gender roles, I mean like the man goes to work, the woman stays home, cooks, cleans, da 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 da. What is your thoughts on that? Because obviously you're a lot older than my generation.
Yeah, but even in my day, I mean, when I got married in 1976, we both worked full time.
Okay.
And when I always got home from work about 5:30. I would prepare dinner, tidy up. Then Grandad would get in from work. We'd have dinner, and then I'd wash up, wipe up. He was never domesticated.
Right.
But I don't think it hurts that if you both work, you know, if whoever gets in first maybe, depending on the type of job that they have. If it involves doing lots of work on the computer when they get in, then when the other one comes in, if it's less stressful, their job, then they get dinner started. So it's not something like my nan and granddad's time, where the women would stay at home and cook and clean. And
so if I said to you it's the woman's job to cook, what would you say to that? Would you agree or disagree?
I'm a bit old-fashioned where I think it's nice for a guy to come home after a hard day's work,
right,
and the woman has cooked him a nice meal. I don't say anything to him helping with washing up and things like that, but yeah.
Okay, so it's kind of 50-50, but you feel like the woman should be more domesticated with her house.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's fair enough. All right, next question. What is your thoughts on going through each other's phones? So obviously you know it's all about technology now. Like, how do you feel about snooping and going through each other's phones? Not necessarily snooping, but going through each other's phones.
I've never had to experience that because I wouldn't even think for 1 minute that I couldn't trust my husband or partner, that I would be worried about going through their phone.
Yeah.
So it never entered either of our minds at all.
So you think that's not the right thing to do? You shouldn't be going through your partner's phone?
I think there's a lot more temptation these days with a lot of younger people. And people that have got a lack of trust
yes,
tend, if that phone's left in a room with them on their own, they're, you know, if they have jealousy, trust issues, then I understand. I don't agree with it, but I do understand why they would want to go through someone's phone.
See, for me, I would say I don't have a boyfriend, but say I had a boyfriend and he wanted to go through my phone, I would be angry that he's going to go through my phone.
Yeah,
I would say if you've got some sort of trust issue, air it out.
Yeah.
Once you've aired out your feelings and I can understand where you're coming from, here's my phone. I've got nothing to hide, but I want to know where you're coming from.
Yeah.
Like, let's be open with each other.
Yeah, definitely.
There's no need to go through each other's phone, but it's there if you want to. But let's get our feelings straight and put everything on the table. That's that's how I feel.
I quite agree. Yeah.
Fair enough. Does body count matter?
What does that mean?
So does it matter when you're getting to know somebody how many people they've slept with?
No, because it was in the past.
So that doesn't matter?
No.
So you say you meet Grandad, he's been with like 30 women.
That's in the past.
That don't bother you?
No.
Not at all?
No.
Okay.
Because that's what life is about.
Experiences.
And it's part of human life. Experiences.
Yeah, but wouldn't you sit there and think, oh, he's been with 30 women, he's a bit of a...
No.
You wouldn't think that?
No, or about a woman.
Okay, fair enough. Okay, next question.
Yeah.
Can kids fix a relationship that's already on a rocky situation?
Definitely not.
No.
No. I think people in a relationship, if they think, oh, perhaps if we have children, it might bring us back closer together, I certainly don't think that it would be fair to bring a life in on a relationship that's already rocky to try and get that to salvage it. It might improve the relationship for a little while.
Right, but it's not long term.
And then it won't, no, it's not a long-term fix. I wouldn't think to myself, oh, perhaps if I get pregnant, that might keep him. Because that
yes, that's
work.
what I'm saying.
Yeah.
A lot of women think, oh, if I trap him, he can't go nowhere.
Yeah, it don't work like that.
But if you've already got a man that you have to trap, then that ain't the man for you.
Exactly.
You need to be with someone who wants to be there.
Yeah.
Who wants to have a kid with you.
Yeah.
There's no need to trap. Get rid.
Yeah.
Okay.
See, you're as wise as me.
Considering I ain't got a lot of experience in the relationship department.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just don't get out there.
That's what it is.
I just don't mingle. I'm single and I just don't mingle.
You need to mingle.
Maybe. Right, next question then.
Yeah.
What are some major red flags? Do you know what I mean?
What, with a guy?
Yeah. Like the main red flags.
I think when he makes a date and a time to come and see you and he's late or he doesn't turn up or he phones up with excuses, that has got to be a very bad red flag. Really? Yeah.
Okay. Why?
Because you're thinking, well, why is he messing me about? You know, he's
keen.
He's keen. He wants to get to know me. He's made an arrangement to turn up, and he couldn't even be bothered to turn up. Phone's late and sort of gives his excuses.
So that's a red flag for you.
That is a start. It might change. It could be that was a one-off.
Okay.
And you give him a second chance, and then it might go all right from there.
Okay.
But I think red flags are when they start talking sexual too soon in a relationship, because it's as if all they're interested in, you know, is having sex with you. Yeah. It should be fun. It should be about
situation.
Yeah. It should be a laugh, a joke, having fun, talking about yourselves, what you enjoy, your families, and things like that for quite a long time.
Each other.
Going out and having fun. You know, but if straight away they start talking sexual,
you know, that's all they're looking for.
Yeah. When they say things like, oh, you look really horny tonight, you've only been with him a week, you think, red flag. You know?
Right, so...
Or do you think my is big in these trousers? Red flag.
Moving on. Do you think sex is important in a relationship?
Yeah. More so, I mean, it depends on the individual.
Okay.
I think a relationship is lots of things. Like they say, a woman is usually the mum, the wife, you know, the sexual partner, the waitress, the nurse, the this, the that.
Yeah.
So it does play a big part because men are very highly sexed, and there's a lot of women that are very highly sexed. But if they're not having their sexual gratification...
Oh, so for you, it's not like making love and connecting and having that sexual time together.
It's
just giving into their needs.
Making love and things like that is something you both want to do and want to be with each other. You want to show your love, not just a sex or a bunk up. It's an expression of love. But as years go on, sometimes that just becomes for one, maybe. Maybe both, maybe, you know, none of them. But for some people, it gets, well, I feel like I ought to do something this week because it's been a week since we've done anything, and he'll get the ump because he's highly sexual. So it is a bit of a chore at the end for some people.
So it's important for you to think about it for the other person.
In a long-term relationship, yeah, because if you haven't got that, and probably 95% of the time, the men and women just want to show their affection for each other because they love them and they make love.
Right.
And that's how it is, and that goes on for years.
So
even
that's important.
60 years of marriage, people still show their love that way, believe it or not.
Right.
You know, you think, oh, they're too old, but they're not, you know.
I'm not immature. Can cheating be justified, and can it be forgiven?
There's a few different ways of looking at this.
Okay.
I think if it's not deserved, and things are in a happy relationship, you're both happy and content, you communicate that you're both happy and content, this is where you should communicate, because if one or the other's got problems, like they want to do something different, they want to be more adventurous, they feel that the other partner isn't doing it as often, or more worried about the kids, because that's when a lot of that does happen. You find that the woman's looking after the kids and too tired to do things at night, and then the man starts feeling neglected. Not all men,
but some women as well.
Or some women, yeah, perhaps their
ways.
Husbands work late, they get home from work, they just want to have dinner and go to bed, and they start thinking, why don't he find me attractive anymore? You know.
Okay.
And a lot of the time there are reasons for things like that.
See, I don't think cheating, personally, can ever be justified. I don't think so. Not on me. Not on me. Other people, they go through what they go through.
Yeah.
But I'm not being funny. Someone cheats on me, I'm not justifying that. I just think personally...
If it happens, it happens.
Yeah, but if it
happens...
happens...
obviously a reason for it.
No, then if it happens to me, just know that I'm going to cut off.
Yeah.
And we ain't going to be together.
Yeah.
I'm not putting up for that.
Everybody's different. You know,
I'm not
some
forgiving
people
and I ain't forgetting.
Wouldn't put up with it. There is no reason. 60-70% of the population have happy, content. They find the one that they love. They want to stick with that soulmate.
Exactly.
And they do. But then you'll get others that have problems either way. They can't talk, they can't communicate. And the only way of solving whatever problems it is they're going through is to do that. I think if it was done once and it was regretted and you try and forgive and move on, then that's fine. That's life.
Is it forgotten?
You know, no, things like that take a long time to forget. But I think over years it proves, you know, you do forget
it was a mistake.
Yeah.
I get what you're saying.
Young and foolish.
I get it. I can, looking back, from the
I
outside
wouldn't want it
in,
happening to you.
it could happen to me. But
Yeah.
what I'm saying is, if it was to happen to me, I'm not sticking with that person.
No,
I don't want.
I quite
I do
agree.
not want to be with a guy
That goes off with
who's-
other women.
who's not all for me and has got
Yeah.
wandering eyes.
Yeah.
Not for me.
No, then that's the time that the relationship, he should have said, right, you know, we've had great times and whatever, but I feel like I want more, and break up
This is what
and
I'm
then go
saying.
and have affairs.
That's what I'm saying. I can never justify cheating, because
No, I get that.
if you're really done with a relationship, say that. If you like, there's no need to go behind someone's back and cheat. Break up with that person and go with someone else if that's the case.
Yeah.
Like when people say, "Oh, I was drunk." No. Why was you in a situation where you didn't know what you were doing?
Yeah.
Why was you in a situation where you could have got drunk enough to not know what you're doing?
Yeah.
And why are you surrounding yourself with people that you can, go off with? You shouldn't be putting yourself in that situation.
No.
There's no way to justify cheating in my eyes. I don't think so, because, like I say, if it's a marital problem or a relationship problem, whatever, he's feeling some type
If
of
you
way.
don't feel right or happy, then finish the relationship, move on.
Exactly that.
Yeah.
How do you keep that spark in your relationship? / how do you make sure the candle doesn't burn out?
I think just doing little things for each other, caring about them. If they, like they might say, "Oh, I really like red grapes. I haven't had them for years." And then you go and buy them red grapes or whatever.
It's just showing that you
Little
listen.
things like that show you listen and you care. She might say, "Oh, I adore candles, especially vanilla smelling ones." And then he'll come in with a vanilla candle. You do little things because you want to make that person happy.
Yeah. You want.
know?
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
Or have one of you book a surprise date night, whether it's a picnic by the
So
river.
being spontaneous.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just keeps
anything.
that spark going.
Yeah.
Okay, noted. Okay, last question is, how do you deal with arguments? So how do you make sure that they don't continue, and how do you deal with an argument?
I think the best way to deal with an argument is definitely not go to bed not talking.
Okay,
Because
like
then
that.
that'll carry on the next day, and the next day you can't sleep properly because you're thinking about it. You've got to say, right, that's it. Either you're right and I'm wrong, or I'm wrong, you're right.
Agree to
We
disagree.
agree to disagree. And drop it and go to bed, like you normally would, without having that argument there.
Yeah.
Say good night, I love you, whatever. But don't go to bed where you're not talking.
And then in the middle of the night, yank the covers off him.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do that.
Yeah. Always try and sort it out there and then.
Yeah.
Or definitely before you go to bed anyway.
I'm one of these people that, in an argument, and it doesn't matter with partner or not, brother, sister, mum, dad, it doesn't matter. If I'm arguing, I'm stubborn. I'm very stubborn. But the thing is, if the other person wants to air it out, I'm airing it out. But I'm not the first person to give in. Never. I'm sorry. I'm never.
What, even if you're wrong?
The thing is, it depends, because if it's an almighty argument, then no, I'm gonna keep lying.
Yeah, well,
not lying, but still proving my point. So
yeah,
I'm
but that's why in a relationship, it's give and take.
Yeah, I know that.
And imagine if he thought he was right, and he was too stubborn, or if he was wrong and he was too stubborn to say, "Do you know, you are right, I'm sorry." You appreciate them and respect them more than them just
I think when I'm angry, I'm hot-headed.
Yeah,
I
but
don't get angry too often though, because to be fair, I'm a lover, not a fighter. But
yeah,
if I'm angry,
always try and see both
angry.
sides of the argument.
I need to get better with that. But I don't really argue with people. I'm a lover, not a fighter.
No,
but,
I've never heard you really argue at all.
But the few times that I have argued,
You are stubborn,
I'm very stubborn.
but that, I think, probably in your genes.
100%. Grandad was stubborn.
He was stubborn, and it don't pay to be stubborn.
No, it doesn't.
Because 2 or 3 days later, I put money on it. He'd say, "I'm sorry about the other night." I shouldn't have said that and you were right. You
Well,
know?
I never do that.
Yeah.
It depends, like I say, if it's just a bicker and it's like, oh no, that I don't know, that picture's blue, and I don't know, it's not, it's green, and then it's back and forth, and then he goes, and then he zooms in and goes, no, it's blue, and I'm like, oh, that's actually really blue. And then I'd be like, oh, whatever, and I'd get the ump without saying I'm wrong.
Yeah.
I would never say I'm wrong.
Yeah.
But I'd be like, oh, whatever.
Well, you've got to work on that then.
I would work on that, but it's not a regular thing. I don't argue with people.
It isn't a regular thing.
So it's not like I work on it because it's something I do regular. It's just
yeah.
If I'm in an argument, I'm hot-headed and I can be stubborn. But sometimes you need to be stubborn.
I don't know. I think that prolongs an argument, being stubborn.
Not in an argument, but I feel like... Yeah, but I feel like sometimes you do, because sometimes you need to put your foot down. Like, imagine he's arguing with you because of something you've done, and you know full well you're in the right, you've done nothing wrong. You need to stand your ground and go, no, you're wrong, I've done that because of X, Y, and Z, and that's just how it is.
Yeah,
get used to it.
That's different if he is wrong. Definitely, that's not you being stubborn, it's because you're right.
Well, I'm always right, that's why I always stand my ground and get hot-headed. Alright, sometimes I have to agree to this. So anyway, that was a really interesting video. It was really good to hear your side of things and what you think of them.
Yeah, it was interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So thanks so much for watching, guys. Comment down below if you want to see my nan on the channel more often. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you do not miss a video when I post. Bye, guys.